Okay. Hi, I'm filming you, Al.
Okay. Hi, I'm Al Founder, Dr. Al Founder of the Institute of Aesthetically Adept and Appropriate Technology. And we're here at John Birmingham's Wolf Lair, the mountaintop retreat of creativity. And we're discussing the whole concept of chaos, of light and dark.
And it's because I brought up the subject of magic and how
Right.
everyone kept telling me that these woods are magical and this area is magical, and I said, well, okay. And I was like, I guess that's all right, but I had no idea what they're talking about until I got out here.
You
And
felt it.
I kept working night and day like I was always doing, fixing up the house all the time. And then all of a sudden I got so sick I couldn't work. It was almost going to kill me or something. And I said, I'm just going to do nothing, which I almost never do. I'm going to relax one day. And that day it was like this feeling of peace. It was like this feeling of peace.
And the magic that John's talking
That was,
about.
and it lasted 3 days. Yeah, 3 days, and then kind of the next few days I was still feeling okay, but I started working again and stuff, and it was over Labor Day weekend.
And the magic John's talking about isn't like something out of a comic book. It's a thing called grace. It's a thing called sacredness. And that's what this place is. It enhances whatever grace that you have. And being a creature of God, we are made of grace. We just ignore it by our life of hustle, bustle, run around, and everything that people think in the material sense is important. Your car, your house, your suit, your whatever, is the most non-important thing. Because the thing that is the most important is your soul. What is your soul? People have no idea what your soul is immortal. Your soul is more powerful than a hydrogen bomb. And that's what all the conflict on this world is about, is the ownership of people's souls. So John is up here, and this is a sanctuary from the material world below. When you drive off the blacktop and come up the riverbed driveway that we have, you feel with every foot more and more relaxed. And once you get up here, this was the Cherokee Indians' most sacred place. And John, that's what he has. And that's why he brought all his conflict and anxiety up here, and it dissolves it away. But he had to go through this little place where he felt like he was almost going to die. But then he experienced this grace of being at one and in balance. And nature abhors a vacuum. There's always something comes in its place. And the dynamic of the universe is best described not by some guy in a big chair up in the clouds, but by the yin-yang sign, where you have light and dark. And so you have the circle, which is the event horizon, encapsulating our existence. Then you have the little S inside, and that is like the bending river and the flow of life. And on one side you have light, and the other side you have dark, and then in the dark side you have a little dot of white, and in the white side you have a little dart of black. And neither light or dark are good or bad. They are. And without each other, they can't exist, because if everything was all light, you couldn't see anything. You need the dark to add definition, shadow. And if you had everything dark, you couldn't see anything. And the Bible says, in the beginning, all things were dark, and then God brought the light. And it's not that God made everything. So dark and light are the balance of each other. And each other has an opposite little dot of color. In the light, there's the black, and in the white, in the black, there's the white. And what that is chaos. And we need chaos, because without it, we would be couch potatoes. John's experience of moving up here and working, that was the chaos. He had, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then he nearly collapsed. And that chaos brought him to that place of grace that he now can experience. Once he experienced it once, hey, this is great. I want more of this. And that's what John's experiencing. He's experienced a transition of himself. He is becoming something different. And magic is just somebody else's science that the other person doesn't understand. It's unexplainable at this point. Electricity, that was magic back in the day, but then, people like Morey, Tesla, Einstein, they kind of defined it. And so what we have in life is not the projected expectation. It is the path we take that's the most important. And what John is on right now is a path, and he will bring him to the person he wants to be, rather than the person that other people are forcing him to be. So this is Al Founder, Dr. Al Founder, your friend and mine, saying till next time. Thank you, John.
Thanks. Okay, so so that's it, and then we're in here. I'm getting this room ready, and I'm gonna sweep up all that. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not gonna keep the video. I can cut at the end of that,
Right.
but maybe I could do